I'm saying that any politician that comes to you and says, I'm going to do only one term, that's a sign of desperation. It will not work. Just like all these gambits about serving food, carrying plates, and doing boy at parties that could be better organized by event organizers. It's also a sign of desperation. It doesn't work. It will never work. And then the second challenge, of course, is that you say the North will buy into this idea of one term. No, the North will not. Because the civil war in this country has never ended. I don't believe that Northerners who are already aggrieved with a Yoruba president will just shift and embrace the possibility of an Igbo president. There are contradictions in this country that have not been sorted out. We should lay the emphasis on competence.
Reuben Abati sparks outrage. Civil war not over. Obi, one term and the North. Full analysis. On today's Chinick TV report, we react to one of the most provocative statements on Nigerian TV this year. Reuben Abati, a seasoned journalist and former presidential aide, just said civil war has not ended and warned that the North will never accept an Igbo man like Peter Obi as president, even if he promises to serve just one term. But is this informed political analysis or dangerous ethnic profiling? Is Reuben Abati now playing the same divisive card that helped his former boss, Goodluck Jonathan, lose in 2015? Let's break it all down. Speaking on Arise TV, Dr. Reuben Abati boldly claimed that Peter Obi's one-term proposal is a sign of desperation and won't work. He added that the idea would fail in the North because, according to him, the civil war in Nigeria has not ended. Let that sink in.
You say the North will buy into this idea of one term. No, the North will not. Because the civil war in this country has never ended. I don't believe that Northerners who are already aggrieved with a Yoruba president will just shift and embrace the possibility of an Igbo president. There are contradictions in this country that have not been sorted out. We should lay the emphasis on competence, ability. If the Nigerian people are politically educated to a point where they can vote for a competent person, regardless of where it comes from, regardless of his religion, that's when this country will begin to move forward. So all this, I will do one time, I will serve you food, I will give you agbado. No, please. That's not going to work, in my own opinion.
A respected journalist just told the world that Nigeria is still mentally in 1967 and that Northerners, already allegedly angry with a Yoruba presidency, would never accept an Igbo candidate, no matter how competent or humble his proposal may be. He even mocked politicians who carry plates and do boy at events, clearly referring to Peter Obi's humble campaign style. But Nigerians are asking, is this objectivity or a dangerous dog whistle? Peter Obi's promise to serve for just one term, if elected in 2027, isn't desperation, it's strategic equality. Obi clearly stated that since President Tinubu from the Southwest would complete 4 years by 2027, it would be unfair for another Southerner to do 8 more years. His one-term vow is a concession, a temporary leadership to stabilize the country, not to hijack power. Obi isn't asking Nigerians for a lifetime throne. He is asking for a 4-year mandate to reset Nigeria and then step aside for fairness. This isn't desperation. It's vision, the kind we saw in Mandela and Abraham Lincoln. To say the North will reject Obi because he is Igbo is not just insulting, it's false. Northern Nigerians, like every other region, are not sitting around waiting for ethnic quotas. They are dying from poverty, insecurity, collapsed education and joblessness. Do they want another tribal mascot or a man who will fix their lives? Obi has built schools, fixed hospitals, empowered small businesses, all without stealing public funds. That's what Nigerians, North, South, East and West are crying for. If Reuben Abati thinks Northerners cannot rise above tribal sentiments, then maybe he needs to visit Kano, Kaduna or Yobe and meet real Nigerians, not elite gatekeepers. This part of Abati's statement is the most disturbing. To say the civil war has not ended is to suggest Nigeria is at war with itself. It's a reckless narrative that reopens old wounds and undermines national unity. If a respected journalist believes we are still in Biafra versus Nigeria, then what hope do we have for peace? The civil war ended in 1970. General Gowon declared no victor, no vanquish. Nigeria has moved forward. The wounds are healing. To keep invoking that war as a reason to reject an Igbo presidency is intellectually lazy, divisive and dangerous. The truth is, Reuben Abati represents the old Nigeria, the Nigeria of tribal politics, fear-mongers and elite manipulation. But 2023 showed us something different. Young Nigerians from all tribes and religions voted across ethnic lines. Peter Obi got votes in Sokoto, Katsina and Zamfara, not because he was Igbo, but because he represented hope, integrity and discipline. The one Nigeria we dream is already being born in the hearts of Nigerian youths, and it has no space for recycled fear tactics. A powerful open letter from a concerned citizen, going by 10/10 says it best. Nigerians are not seeking for ethnic representatives. They are searching for a leader who will not steal from them, who will rebuild broken institutions, and who will put country before self. This is why Obi's one-term vow matters. It's a bridge, a reset, a signal that power must serve the people, not the ego. If this makes him desperate, then Nigeria desperately needs more of such leaders. Dr. Abati may no longer believe in the possibility of a new Nigeria, but millions of us still do, and we will prove it, not with war drums, but with votes. The civil war is over, sir. What remains is the battle between the corrupt elite and the betrayed citizens. And on that battlefield, Peter Obi stands with the people. Chinick TV will keep exposing the hypocrisy. The ethnic card is expired. Nigeria is waking up.
The North will not. Because the civil war in this country has never ended. I don't believe that Northerners who are already aggrieved with a Yoruba president will just shift and embrace the possibility of an Igbo president. There are contradictions in this country that have not been sorted out. We should lay the emphasis on competence, ability. If the Nigerian people are politically educated to a point where they can vote for a competent person, regardless of where he comes from, regardless of his religion, that's when this country will begin to move forward. So all this, I will do one time, I will serve you food, I will give you agbado. No, please. That's not going to work, in my own opinion.